Let's settle to our backs, having the head higher than the heart. So you can have a bolster with a block underneath, or you could roll up a blanket and fold the blanket underneath your head. Either way is fine. Make sure that your tailbone is on the ground and that you just open up and turn the palms and the arms out to the sides. Let's allow ourselves to walk the heels outward and touch the knees. Then as you inhale, I'd like you to move the pinky fingers and thumbs away from each other, spreading the palms through the length of your inhale. So inhale, stretch the palms. And as you exhale, release each finger, almost like a flower folding back in. And settle in for a moment. Inhaling, spread pinky finger and thumbs. Through the length of the exhale, relax the palm, relax the fingers, find a heaviness to the forearms. Back to your inhale. As you exhale, soften the palms, then the fingers, then the forearms, then the upper arms. Feel the weight of the arms. Inhale. Full expansion of the hands, stretching the fingers. Exhaling. Palms, fingers, forearms, upper arms, shoulders. Stick with the rhythm of this breath. Expanding on the inhale. Releasing on the exhale. Start to pause as you find a heaviness in the arms when the breath is all gone. And then repeat. Two more breaths. As you move into that second exhale and you've settled, feeling the weight of the arms, the shoulders, the hands, the fingers. Close the eyes. Stay with kind of a long inhale and exhale. And I'm going to take us through 61 points. Sense each point as I say it, and then move on. Eyebrow center, throat center, right shoulder joint, right elbow joint, right wrist joint, tip of the right thumb, tip of the right index finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right baby finger, right wrist joint, right elbow joint, right shoulder joint, throat center, left shoulder joint, left elbow joint, left wrist joint, tip of the left thumb, tip of the left index finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the left baby finger, left wrist joint, left elbow joint, left shoulder joint, throat center, heart center, right ribs, heart center, left ribs, heart center, navel center, pelvic center. Right hip joint, right knee joint, right ankle joint. Tip of the right big toe. Tip of the right second toe. Tip of the right third toe. Tip of the right fourth toe. Tip of the right baby toe. Right ankle joint. Right knee joint. Right hip joint. Pelvic center. Left hip joint. Left knee joint. Left ankle joint. Tip of the left big toe. Tip of the left second toe. Tip of the left third toe. Tip of the left fourth toe. Tip of the left baby toe. Left ankle joint. Left knee joint. Left hip joint. Pelvic center. Navel center. Heart center. Throat center. Eyebrow center. On the next breath, spread the pinky fingers and thumbs away from each other, and then reach the arms out to the side and up overhead. Turn the thumbs to face down and just get a big stretch with the arms. Then reaching the arms forward, right at chest level, cross the elbows. Let's bring the left arm underneath the right. And then grab the opposite shoulders. Right hand for left shoulder, left hand for right shoulder. And just kind of feel the weight of the arms and breathe. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling. And on your exhale, move the chin over towards your right shoulder. Take a breath there. On your next exhale, allow the chin to drop just a little further towards that right shoulder into a nice passive neck stretch. And then maybe you can walk your hands even a little bit more along the shoulders, just hugging a little bit tighter. Now turning the gaze upward, release the hands. The left arm is underneath the right. You're going to wrap it around for eagle arms and squeeze the forearms together. As you do so, take a few breaths and try to expand between the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, just squeeze the forearms and the hands a little deeper. A few more breaths. Move that breath deep into the back area. Then release the hands again. Left hand moves to the right shoulder, right hand to the left shoulder, and the right arm is on top. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let the chin go towards that left shoulder. And just stay there. Just kind of pause and let that chin be heavy. On that next exhale, maybe the chin could drop just a little further towards that left shoulder. And you might even be able to kind of wiggle your fingers a little bit further along the shoulder blades. Turn the gaze back upward, release the hands, and again, wrap the same direction. Left arm wraps around the right, and squeeze. Squeeze the arm, squeeze the navel, right back to the spine on the exhale. Then unwind the arms, reach them up overhead. And circle them all the way back down, resting the back of the arms and as back of the hands and as much of the back of the arms as you can into the mat here. For the next 3 breaths, on your inhale, spread the fingers, pinky fingers and thumb away. And as you exhale, simply become heavy, releasing that tension. Do one more breath. Expanding the palms, reaching through the fingers, and then releasing. Feel kind of that heavy weight of the arms, the hands, the fingers. Now this next time that we spread the pinky fingers and thumbs, we're going to reach the arms up and then overhead. Thumbs face down, fingertips reach. Bringing the arms out away from the chest. This time the right arm will go underneath and the left arm on top. And with that cross of the arms, grab the opposite shoulder with the opposite shoulder with each hand. Like you're giving yourself a nice big hug. This time when you inhale, we're going to start first with the chin dropping to the left shoulder first. On the exhale, let it drop. Nice passive neck stretch. Turn the gaze upward. Release the hands to cross that right one around and wrap for the eagle arms. Expand a bit between the shoulder blades. With the exhale, contract. Navel, squeezing the arms together. With the release of the arms, again, take the hand to the opposite shoulder. On your exhale, drop the chin right over to the right shoulder this time. Stay with that breath. On the second exhale, just dropping right down, chin to shoulder. Turn the gaze back up. Let's release the shoulders and wrap the hands. As we unwind the arms, reach them up overhead. And one more time, snow angel, and circle them down. And just feel the weight of the arms, the weight of the hands. Few breaths just opening up the center of the chest, right at the literal heart area. Up your right arm, just bring it across to the left arm, which will take you off your support, whether it's a bolster or a blanket. And take that off, move the block and bolster blanket off to the side. I'm going to come to a seated position here. And take the toes up and the heels anchored in, and move the flesh away from the sit bones. I'm going to kind of continue with Just opening up the thoracic region, the rib cage, and grab underneath your knees. Let the belly come forward to the thighs and drop your chin in. And take a few breaths here first. And feel a little stretch through the spine, all the way up to the shoulder blades. Then with the chin tucked in, start to tuck the tailbones, roll yourself back until the arms are straight. Now your next inhale, right from the tip of the tailbone, lift the collarbones and open up the heart. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone and drop the chin. Slowly move back and forth. One more lift. This time as we tuck back, really good, let go of the hands and slide the palms right next to your hips. We're then going to lift the heart and have the hands planted here. You can walk them back just a little bit to open up. And then tuck. Now you won't be able to tuck as much, but you may be able to open up the upper chest collarbone area more. Exhale is the tuck, and inhale is the tilt and the lift. We're going to do another inhale, find that lift. And then take the feet to the right and the knees to the left. Picking up that right arm, reach it, and then stretch the left arm out to the side. We're going to find almost like a side angle with the arm from your right hip to your hand, and gaze at the palm facing downward. Then inhale, lift the hips, look down. And when you come back down, turn the gaze past the pit of the arm and then roll your attention up to your fingertips. Let's do that again. Look down, lift up with the hips, stretch through that right side. Exhale, take the hips down. Look past the pit of the arm and then transfer your gaze up to the hand. Now bend your left elbow. And we're going to pop ourselves up, pick up the right leg, and then come to a seated twist. So you could have your ankle to ankle, or you can have your right ankle across the left knee. Twist to the right. And then turn your gaze forward. Before we go to the other side, we're going to do a supported pigeon. So take this right leg, bring it behind. Take the hands lifting up, and then you could grab your bolster or your blanket or your block and bring it forward for your forearms and your forehead, and drop forward. Make sure you find the top of the foot all the way to the big toe. Keep your left knee safe. And breathe into this forward folding feeling. Relax the jaw and the throat. Allow heaviness to come to the forehead and to the hands. Allow each exhale to be a surrender to gravity and a little pause at the end. Lifting the forehead up. Let's walk the hands back. Set your left hip to the ground. Sweep the right leg out in front and bring them both. Maybe we'll move our support a little bit, just a little to the side, and come to do the other side. Toes are up, heels connected. Sit bones, you can always move the flush away again. Or up underneath the knees. Hold the belly to the thighs and drop your head and chin. Again, see if you can feel a little bit of a stretch along the muscles along the side of the spine, your spinal extenders. Then on your next exhale, tuck the tailbone, keep gazing downward until the arms are straight. As you inhale, bend the elbows and lift up. And as you exhale, start right at the tailbone and roll. Now we're lifted up, slide the hands down, and you can walk them back just a little bit to plant the palms. Then inhale here, and on your exhale, start at the tailbone and tuck to gaze down. This really changes where the spine is able to find movement, but focus deeply inward. And the next time you have a lift up, we're going to take the feet to the left and the knees to the right, and then take this right arm, block it out, and turn the left palm up. We're going to have this stretch here, gaze past the pit of your left arm, and then on your next inhale, lift the hips. As you do, gaze up towards the hand. And as you come down, return the gaze down the arm. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Use your gaze as well. Returning that left arm down. You're going to pick up the left leg and take a twist. Again, just depending on your flexibility, you can bring your ankle to ankle or ankle to front knee and twist. Right arm goes around the left leg. Just take that gaze and long, deep spinal twist. As we turn the gaze forward, let's take this left leg back. Keep the foot pulled in, grab the support, and lift up with the strength of your arms. So you can turn the left hip pointer towards the ground and find the big toe and the top of the left foot. Slowly come forward, stack the arms, stack the forehead, and release. Really take yourself deeply inward, softening into the darkness of a forward fold. And each exhale, move to the end of it and then sink as you release. And then start your inhale. 3 parts to this breath, maybe equal. Inhale, exhale, surrender in the pause. Slowly walking the hands back and lifting the forehead up. Set your right hip to the ground and come back. Now, I'm going to do a cat and cow, but doing a rolling action. So you can kind of think about stirring the pot. Let's start with the hands underneath the knees. Send the toes up, but anchor in the heels and the sit bones. And inhale, lift the collarbones and anchor down. As you exhale, lift your right sit bone, bend your left elbow, and roll into a tuck. Then roll your weight to your right sit bone, bend your right elbow, lift, and pull yourself forward. Right away, we're going to roll back to the right. Anchor in the sit bones, gaze at the navel, and then roll to the left. And anchor in the sit bones and forward fold. Back to the left. To the right. And forward. To the right. Center, anchor, to the left, center, anchor. Couple more. Then drop into the center. Again, belly to the thighs, drop your forehead. And then just to the center, stay in the center now. Tucking the tailbone, straightening the arms, and then lift up to the heart. Roll back to the tailbone. Lift to the heart. Roll to the tailbone. One. Then I'm going to have you return to your original position. Maybe you have the block with the bolster, or you need to kind of roll your blanket and fold a little bit underneath the head to have that openness with the arms, the heart, and settle. And then walk those heels in towards the sit bones, but also out towards the corners of the mat. Edges of the mat, actually. So settle in here after this short practice. Just kind of feel the weight. Heaviness in the bones. Close the eyes. I'm going to take us through 61 points again. Just sense each point. And then at the very end, just do a little bit of sound music with my empty drum. Allow yourself in this place of receptivity, of softening and moving deeply inward. Sense each point as I say it. Eyebrow center, throat center, right shoulder joint, right elbow joint, right wrist joint. Tip of the right thumb, tip of the right index finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right baby finger, right wrist joint, right elbow joint, right shoulder joint, throat center, left shoulder joint, left elbow joint, left wrist joint, tip of the left thumb, tip of the left index finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the left baby finger, left wrist joint, left elbow joint, left shoulder joint, throat center, heart center, right ribs, heart center, left ribs, heart center, navel center, pelvic center, right hip joint, right knee joint, right ankle joint, tip of the right big toe, tip of the right second toe, tip of the right third toe, tip of the right fourth toe, tip of the right baby toe, right ankle joint, right knee joint, right hip joint, pelvic center, left hip joint, left knee joint, left ankle joint, tip of the left big toe, tip of the left second toe, tip of the left third toe, tip of the left fourth toe, tip of the left baby toe, left ankle joint, left knee joint, left hip joint, pelvic center, navel center, heart center, throat center, eyebrow center. And for the last minute, just allowing the sound to take you even a little deeper inward.
As you roll to one side, just cradle the head in the hands, the knees to the chest. Slowly sit up to a seated position. Namaste.